Welcome back to my podcast. My name is Justina, and today we are talking about something many people experience but often don't recognize it until it feels overwhelming, and that's burnout. Burnout isn't just feeling tired, it's not just having a bad week, and it's not a sign of weakness. Burnout is what happens when you give and give and give without enough rest, support, or space to recharge. So, wherever you are right now, take a slow breath in and gently breathe out. And let's talk about burnout with honesty, compassion, and care. So, burnout is a state of emotional, mental, and physical exhaustion caused by prolonged stress. It often builds slowly, quietly, until one day even small things feel like too much. Burnout doesn't only come from work, it comes from caregiving, emotional labor, people pleasing, financial stress, constant pressure to keep going, living in a survival mode. Burnout is your body and mind saying, I can't continue like this anymore. So, what are the signs of burnout? Burnout shows up differently for everyone, but there are some common signs to watch for. Emotional signs: feeling emotionally numb or detached, irritability or frustration over small things, loss of motivation or passion, feeling hopeless or overwhelmed, crying easily or feeling empty. Mental signs: difficulty concentrating, brain fog, forgetfulness, negative self talk, feeling constantly behind. Physical signs: constant fatigue even after rest, headaches or body aches, trouble sleeping, low energy, weakened immunity. And behavioral signs: withdrawing from people, procrastination or avoidance, overworking to compensate, loss of interest in things you once enjoyed. Burnout isn't laziness, it's exhaustion that hasn't been listened to. So, what causes burnout? Burnout rarely comes from one single thing. It's usually the result of ongoing imbalance. Some common causes include overgiving, always being available, always saying yes, always putting others first, lack of boundaries, when work, relationships, or responsibilities take more than they give, perfectionism, believing you must do everything right, or prove your worth through productivity, chronic stress, living in a constant pressure without recovery time, disconnection from yourself, ignoring your needs, ignoring your emotions, ignoring your body's signals. Burnout happens when rest is postponed for too long. And I have to say that I experienced really, really bad burnout last year, and it's not easy. If you're experiencing burnout, I know what it feels like, and I hope that this episode will help you. And if you know anyone who is experiencing burnout, um, feel free to share this episode with them. And many people don't realize they are burnt out because they've normalized exhaustion. We're taught to push, to be strong, to keep going. We tell ourselves others have it worse. Rest later. I just need to try harder. But burnout isn't fixed by trying harder, it's healed by slowing down. Acknowledging burnout is not a failure, it's a self awareness. So, here are a few steps how to heal from burnout. So, the first step is to name it without shame. It is important to name it with honesty. I am burnt out. Not broken, not weak, just human. Second is to rest without guilt. So, rest is not an award, it's a necessity. Real rest means mental rest, emotional rest, physical rest. Even small moments of rest matter. The third one is to rebuild boundaries. Ask yourself, what drains me the most? What can I reduce, pause, or say no to? Boundaries protect your energy, they don't make you selfish. The fourth step is to reconnect with yourself. So, burnout disconnects you from who you are. Start small. Quiet mornings, journaling, walking, breathing, doing something just because you enjoy it. You don't need to be productive to be worthy. And the last step is shift the inner dialogue. So burnout often comes with harsh self-talk. Practice replacing I should be doing more with I'm allowed to rest. Healing begins with kindness towards yourself. So I have a gentle reminder for you. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are responding to too much for too long. Burnout doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means something in your life needs to change. And you are allowed to choose a softer way forward. So, like always, I have journal questions for you to answer whenever you're free. And just remember, they're just for yourself, so there's no judgment. So, the first question is, what signs of burnout do I recognize in myself? Where do I need stronger boundaries? And what would it look like to be gentler with myself? Just remember, they're just for yourself. Just answer them honestly whenever you have time. And I, of course, have action steps for this week. So, schedule intentional rest. Even 10 minutes a day can be 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, just so you can spend time actually resting. And also say no or pause one draining commitment. So just have a think what drains you the most. I also have an affirmation for you, so you can write it down. My worth is not measured by my productivity. And this is very important to remember that, because many people think that if they work harder, they are worth more, but it's not always true. So just remember that. And as we come to the end of today's episode, I want you to remember this. You don't need to earn rest. You don't need permission to slow down. And you don't need to wait until you're completely exhausted to take care of yourself. Burnout is not the end of your strength, it's an invitation to reconnect with it differently. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing awareness, compassion, and healing. If this episode resonated with you, feel free to follow the podcast or share it with someone who might need it. And remember, you can always find me on my Instagram at positive.mindset.adventures. And see you until next time. Take a deep breath, slow down where you can, and remember, you are allowed to take care of yourself. Thank you, see you, and bye.